Hello, Tubbies! What are we cooking today? Well, we're cooking Posole. Oh yeah, arriba, arriba, arriba! Yes, we are. Now, if you got the gigs these days, if you got the gigs any day, make some of this. It'll heal what ails you. So let's get busy cooking. Okay, we have our Posole makings right here. All our goodies. This is the big meat. This is only 7 pounds. It's a butt roast, bone in. Because you want that bone in there. That gives added flavor. You could use country style ribs. I mean, whatever kind of pork is cheap or that you have available to you. Now here are the chilies. We'll get to those in a minute. Mexican oregano, black pepper, I may or may not use this, bay leaves, cumin, garlic, and an onion. Now I also have these two because I'm going to saute my pork before it goes into the pot. Most people don't do that. They just put the raw meat in the pot. I just don't like that. This adds extra flavor. Chipotle seasoning, I got at the Dollar Tree. Chili lime seasoning, you can get in the Mexican section at Walmart. So this will go on my pork when I sear it. And nor bouillon. That'll add your salt and some extra nice flavor. Now here are the big daddies that make this. The chiles. Most people use this, Guajillo chilies. They're very mild. I am going to use some of these, but I'm going to also use some New Mexico chiles. These are the Hatch New Mexico chiles that have been dried. Usually when they package them like this, they're mild. So we're using these two. Chile ancho, we're also using this. These are poblanos that are dried. Again, mild. Now here's the deadly chile. Chile darbo. These little babies are hot. So let me explain. You know, they come up with so many different numbers on this Scoville chart. But Guajillo, they mild to medium, 2,500 to 5,000 on the Scoville chart. New Mexico, mild. There are different versions, but usually these packaged ones are mild. You could get a hot one that snuck in there though. These are around 1,000 on the Scoville chart. Ancho, I don't really get this because they said it was a little higher than the New Mexico, and I don't find that myself. But these are mild. They're poblanos. They're mild. But this big bad boy is 15,000 to 30,000. So I'm only using one. And look how little they are. Yeah, so I don't know. Don't ask me how hot things are because I don't know. I don't know what your tongue can take. Some of you might think a green bell pepper is hot. I don't know. All right, so let's get started. We're gonna sear this beautiful big meat. It's the big meat time. Now for the star of the Posole. Oh, whoa. The big H, hominy. No, I didn't forget you, Juanita. How could I forget you, precious? But girl, what you been doing? How'd you get so big on me? When I first met you, Juanita, you were this size. What happened? Have you been eating your emotions? Now you went and swole up on me. Okay, we washed the pork butt. Now we just want to cut off some of this excess fat. I know fat's where it's at when it comes to flavor, but it's not so good when it's in your arteries. You regret it later. Okay, this is my wonky knife, but it's quite sharp. Thanks to Bubba Bear, sent me a knife sharpener. Yeah, that part of the handle broke off, but hey, it still works, so who cares? I'm not trying to impress anybody. I want to take this off. You might get a little bit of meat, but seriously, it's nothing to worry about. There's not much meat in that. It almost looks like a strip of bacon, doesn't it? I could fry that up for the cats. Alright, so I'm going to cut this in, I don't know, thirds or fourths. Not quite sure. We'll see. The bone is right there because I'm going to sear this. But I don't want it in little chunks. See, there's all kinds of fat in this thing. Wow. Is my butt that fatty? Probably. I'm sure it is. Oh, goodness. I know, I just go at it, okay? I tear this butt up. Okay, that's good. I think. Let's cut this off. Oh, there's running into the bone. Because I do like a certain amount seared. I don't want just huge chunks, but I don't want little cubes either. Because I like the way, after it boils, the way it falls apart. The texture of the way it falls apart on its own. You did a good job, my little one-sided friend. Alright, now I'm going to season this with my chili lime seasoning. Again, you can get it in the Mexican section at Walmart. At least out here you can. I don't know. If you live in a bougie area and you can't get it at your store. If you're out on the East Coast somewhere. Bougie! Y'all bougie? This stuff is nice. Really, I love it. Okay. Let's get our little medallion, the end of it. And then some chipotle seasoning from the Dollar Tree, which is not bougie. Whoa. Big holes. Look out. Pay attention. Stay alert. Always stay alert while cooking. It's the #1 lesson. Okay, that's 1 gallon of water. We want it nice and hot, boiling. Little olive oil. Now we're going to throw our meat in. We're going to season up this side. Don't be afraid to use your hands, people. Jeez Louise. I have my heat between between low and medium. I don't want things to cook too fast because I don't want the spices to burn that are on the pork. Alright. Season my food, people. Again, you do not have to do this part if this all seems too overwhelming, like too much work. Most people just put the raw pork right in the boiling water. Okay? You're fine with that. This just adds another dimension of flavor. Now, I like to touch my meat too, so if you want to use a fork, just use a fork. Not afraid of my meat. Make sure you try to get all sides. Sometimes you have to use one as the foundation. So the bone, the piece with the bone, is the foundation to prop these other two against. Sometimes you need a blocker. We don't want any runners though. So just work with your meat. We got the guajillo. I've cut it on the side there. They're pretty big. What about the size of a hatch green chili? Oh, they're so shiny and beautiful. I'm gonna use 3 of these, of the guajillo. They're mild. New Mexico? Yeah, baby. Okay, I didn't cut this one. So I'm just gonna snip it. They're very pliable. This is New Mexico. This is guajillo. Put those there. Chili ancho, poblano. Oh, there's only 3 in this bag. We'll do 2 of these. Now you can buy ancho powder in the Mexican section at Walmart, at least here. Okay. They're fatter and wrinkly. And then one of these big old bad boys. Ah, this is death. Okay, just want to cut off the end and get all those seeds out. These are very pliable. Now some might be dry and crinkly. That just means they're a little older. There's nothing wrong with them. You can just rip it with your fingernail. Now the reason I'm not using the seeds is because I've heard in pozole, with dried pepper pods, the seeds can make the broth kind of bitter, and I don't want that. This is fun. I love peppers! Whoa! Obviously, you want to make sure you wash your hands after you've been playing with these bad boys. Don't want to hurt yourself. Nothing to it. Now I will leave the ribs in, which adds heat, because everybody thinks it's the seeds, but from what I've learned over the years, it's really the membrane, but the seeds are on the membrane, so the seeds get some of the capsaicin. I think I said that right. Ooh. Poblanos are... Ooh, it smells good. Smells like chilies up in here. And you know how much I like that. I don't think it'll all fit. I don't have a stock pot. So, I am only one person, but when I cook sometimes it's like I'm cooking for a village. I don't know what that's all about, really. Okay, this has been boiling for 20-30 minutes. You know, some people talk about scumification on the top. Yikes! I don't want to see that nasty frothified crap in my food. But I'll tell you what, I've never had that. There are videos out there that show that. I've heard people talk about it. I mean, I don't get it. But I think I figured out why I've never experienced that. It's because I trim fat off and I sear the meat. The fat and the meat. This has been boiling for 30 minutes. I just tested it just to see. I mean, I've never experienced it in a crock pot or in any cooking. No, there's no frothified nonsense on top. So I'll tell you, if you sear the meat, even though it's an extra step, trim the fat, you won't have to deal with all that. And god dang, who wants to look at that on top of their food? Whoa! Okay, so now we're going to add the garlic. Whoops. Doesn't matter, we'll get it later. 4 bay leaves. And an onion that I just cut into 4 quarters. But I'm going to leave it whole, so I'm not having to dig things out. Ooh, we're at our threshold. Oh man. Seriously. I gotta get the chiles in there. Are they gonna fit? I mean, I know they're skinny and everything. I might have to remove some liquid. Ooh, it looks like it can slide. Slip. Come on, you don't add much volume. As soon as you get all wilty. Yes, I know, I need a bigger pot. That's what I get for buying the big meat. Well, it's a better value, that's why. Okay, I think we're gonna make it. Look, they're just disappearing. They're going to the bottom. Right on! Oh, the chilies make me so excited. Oh, there's the scary sucker. Okay, we got some more garlic. Get it all in there, babies. All right. Whoa. With about a little over, well, about 1/4 of an inch. Ate the 1/4 of an inch to spare. Woo-wee. Boiling away. And it's on low. I'm going to need to separate this into 2 pots. I don't have a big stock pot. Yeah. No hominy will fit in here. And I don't care if this is brothy. It'll be good and healthy. It's all good. Alright, we're gonna open Juanita up and let her loose. Whoa. Squeeze! You need to take the hominy out. Put it in a strainer. Drain all the liquid and rinse it. That's what I'm getting ready to do. Gosh, I can't believe how big this can is. It's the only size they had. Really? Oh! Shoot! Just made a mess there. See? Everything doesn't go smoothly with me. It always turns out good. Well, generally. Whoa. Can't believe this is almost 7 pounds. I'm going to get the peppers out now. So we can blend those up into our Posole adobo sauce. I might need to do this in 2 batches. Not sure yet. Oh, that's some onion. Okay, no problem there. Oh, there's our lovely garlic. Yum. I need some liquid. Squeeze some of that garlic in there, or all that garlic in there, and I'll pop one in my mouth. Hey, it's good for you. Pepper, pepper, pepper time! Then what I want to do is put some hominy in here. This will be your thickening agent. Try it. Oh, that's not even hot through. I think if you have a NutriBullet, it does a better job. Otherwise, you'll get those little skin bits, and you don't want that. Because you know you'll sit there and be chewing on the pepper skins. You don't want that. This is pretty thick right now. I think I'll just add some broth so I can get it through the strainer. Oh yeah, that's a nice clear adobo sauce. I'm also, you know, I was a little afraid of the chili dar bowl because it's hot, but this does not have any kick at all. So I'm actually going to rehydrate some more of the chili dar bowl, because yeah, I need some kick in here. So I'll work on doing this and get back to you. Okay, so yeah, I put this in the handle. See all that fibrosity, that fibromation? Yeah. Looks like it has little hairs in it. Yeah, you don't want that. So I'm going to throw that away. Oh Lord, let's not have a mess. You want to cook this for about 30 minutes. It just adds a little more flavor. Or you could add it in just straight, alright? So don't be overwhelmed by this. You can add it in just straight. But I always like to go the extra mile on stuff. Alright, that's been cooking about 30 minutes or so, so we're gonna put it in here, babies. Oh yeah, sugars. One for each. I spread this out. This is so much food. I'm sharing it with my neighbors, by the way. They're single guys next to me. So, yeah, that's what you do. You share. I haven't added any salt because I'm going to add chicken bouillon, which has salt in it. So I'd say, I don't know, about 2 tablespoons each. You do it and adjust. Now you need to let it cook for 30 minutes. I've broken up my meat, torn it up. Oh, there's a little piece. My fingers are clean. Yep. There you go. let that cook and simmer for at least 30 minutes. Now, at this point, you also want to add your Mexican oregano. We're starting to add flavor now. Some spices. And if it's not to my satisfaction, I'll continue to add things. That's what you do with any dish when it gets to this point. Sparkle and shine, babies. Sparkle and shine. I mean, if you want to add garlic powder, onion powder, if you want to add cayenne, add whatever you want. That's part of cooking. So now we're going to let that simmer and cook for about 30-40 minutes. And then we'll add our hominy and let that cook. Look at this. 2 big pots. Can you believe this action? Time to share with neighbors. Everybody's freaked out with the coronavirus. So I got lots of goodness going on up in here. Okay, here are the toppings that you put on top of your bowl of pozole. We've got chopped up cabbage, radish, cilantro, jalapeno if it's not hot enough for you, onion, and queso fresco. Okay. We're going to put cabbage in. This is what takes it to the next notch. You put in fresh, crunchy veggies. Red onion. Radish slices. Oh yeah. And my lovely, lovely, beautiful cilantro. And bon appetit, my lovelies. Then you take a tortilla and you break it, you dip it, whatever you want to do. If you want to get a spoon of all that goodness, oh yeah, put it in your tortilla. You're gonna make a mess out of yourself now. Woo, that's yummy. We got the hominy, lots of pork, all the goodness.